So once again, we go from something like Steven discovering that his mother had to kill a gem in order to save everyone, being distraught over it, to a Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that, because I had points where I was like, oh my god, Peridot, did you work at Space Acme or something?
Space Acme.
Oh my god. I'd definitely been binging Roadrunner cartoons when they wrote this.
Probably, certainly. Amazing. So this is the Kindergarten Kid, which I feel like is a reference, but I'm not sure to what.
It might just be that it's alliterative.
Maybe. I'd like to imagine this is the crossover between the Karate Kid and Kindergarten Cop that we've all been waiting for.
I didn't even know that was a thing, and now I want it.
So do I.
Don't we all? Now all the listeners want it too. All 5 of them.
In this episode, the Crystal Gems go back to the Beta Kindergarten to bubble any remaining corrupted gems. One last quick one proves to be difficult to deal with, but Steven and Peridot stay to try to stop it. Peridot tries and fails to outsmart it, and she fails in the most hilariously painful ways, usually involving rocks. Eventually, Steven convinces her to think like a corrupted gem to stop one, and she is able to eventually fight one after they both fall off from a great height. The other gems were all watching all along, and Peridot finds out that she can bubble the gem too, and she sends it and it ends up at the barn.
Yeah, which is cute, because Steven's like, send it home, and it goes to the barn, where Lapis doesn't give a fuck.
Lapis being Lapis, then.
I will say Lapis is adorable, because she's clearly dealing with some, like, you know... I love her thing, because she's dealing with some PTSD and some serious depression, and, you know, no one's... At this point, no one's... There's a couple episodes around Steven trying to make her cheer up, but Peridot isn't trying to make her cheer up, he's just happy to hang around with her whatever mood she's in. Which is actually really, really sweet.
Yeah.
Although in this case she's not hanging around with her, she is having some legitimate Looney Tunes shenanigans on possibly the other side of the planet, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so first of all, to be fair, I did not expect they would actually go back to the Beta Kindergarten so quickly. Usually the series is kind of slow to going back to things that they're supposed to go back to.
Yeah, it either does it in 1 episode or 200.
Yes, pretty much.
Like, there's no middle ground here.
I don't have a ton of notes for this, but there are a few good lines.
Alright, they have an interesting discussion at the start about whether, you know, is bubbling them really that different from keeping them in cages, but, you know, Garnet, and I think Garnet's right, that it's like, okay, but they're basically sleeping while they're in the bubbles. They're not in any pain, and being corrupted looks pretty painful.
Yeah.
And they can't hurt anybody, they can just chill until they can be healed.
Yes. It's like cryostasis sleeping or something.
Yeah.
I hope at one point one of the gems doesn't overdirect, "Welcome to the future!"
It's been 5,000 years and our president is a plant. No. I also wonder if just there's no... Like, Peridot is really... Peridot and Jess were both really shaken by corrupted gems. Well, Jess wasn't shaken, she was just like, what the fuck is this? But I'm guessing, like, gem corruption either doesn't happen on Homeworld, because the diamonds do whatever nuclear shit they did during the war.
I think Peridot literally says that it doesn't happen on Homeworld.
Yeah. So that's kind of unsettling to come see what the diamonds can do.
Yeah.
I was also quite interested to know that Pearl appears to be just using a spear again. She's not using the trident Bismuth gave her. And I think Garnet's boxing gloves or whatever they are, I think they're back to normal as well. I don't think they still have the knuckle dusters that Bismuth gave her.
Boo!
Which, it would have been cool if they'd at least kept the awesome weapons they got from Bismuth. Like, why not?
But you have them. They're cool. Use them.
Yeah. Like, in memory of your friend who maybe went a little overboard and had to be bubbled and stuffed into a lion's mane.
Yes.
But, still. I also love Garnet's very deadpan. Mistakes happen, even when you can see the future. And they've gone to the point where it feels like they're bringing up her future vision, like, every episode. It's like, oh yeah, casual, frequent reminder, Garnet can see the future.
I did really like the line, "Pearl, we don't need the play-by-play." Pearl doesn't need to go over everything.
But it's the beginning of a season. Somebody has to. But the last season was just yesterday. Literally yesterday.
So I guess they don't.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, most of this episode was kind of a Roadrunner and Coyote cartoon.
Oh god, it was. I mean, I probably should have clicked something when Peridot declared that she had a Perry plan. And then first she fails repeatedly at moving the drill because apparently she doesn't have a memory of having Hanako with her parents or something to help her focus off to power up her magnet powers. And then the drill falls on her. And at this point, I didn't even click the Roadrunner stuff. I was just like, okay, if you want to catch that thing, just get some Acme stuff, Peridot. I hadn't clicked that they were deliberately going for that.
No, you missed why that was so funny. Because she kicked the wall, and the drill started to move, and Steven just tells her to move. Peridot thanks her, she kicks the wall next to it, and rocks just fall. That was great.
Peridot dies.
That was so great. And then when Peridot gets out, tries to help, then the drill falls. Yep.
And then she makes it into a cannon, and it backfires hilariously.
And rocks fall again.
Yeah. And the third time, and then by the time she'd set the boulder to go over the cliff, I was like, oh my god, it's a Roadrunner episode. And I just was fully expecting her to go running off the cliff and tread air hilariously for a minute before falling. They weren't quite that obvious. She did fall, and then the rocks fell on her.
That might have been the best one. It's like she just face plants, puts her hand up, says, I, and immediately the boulder lands on her, and she just rolls away.
Steve was just like, you don't poof easily, huh?
Yeah. And then the freaking, like, Sonic, thing, and and Steven's bubble hits it, and it goes around for a while, and then it lands on Peridot again.
Because of course it did.
It was amazing.
I am now concerned that the entire color scheme and design of the kindergarten was solely to facilitate this Roadrunner episode.
Yes.
Like, even the backgrounds look exactly like a Roadrunner episode.
Yes. Even fades to black in ways the series usually doesn't.
I know. The transitions are all Roadrunner, the background. And, I should have clicked at the moment I saw the design of the corrupted gem. I mean, it's either a Roadrunner or those things from Super Mario Sunshine that looks like ducks and throw you up in the air.
Oh yeah, those things.
Which are deeply disturbing creatures.
Yes, they are. They will probably haunt my nightmares today.
You're welcome.
So not only did they do a Roadrunner or Coyote thing, they actually did it really, really well. Like, they got the timing pretty spot on. Yeah,
they got the comedic timing, which was what made those episodes so funny, even though it was the same joke in every episode. But, I was legitimately laughing. And again, they weren't heavy-handed going, hey, look at us, we're doing a Roadrunner parody. It just, like I said, it just creeps into you when you realize what you're watching.
Yes.
And then you're just like, oh, it's beautiful. So well done.
Yeah.
And clearly done by people who have an earnest love of those cartoons. To just have them memorized like this.
Yeah, yes, it is. I did love when Peridot tried to be a monster. Just sticking her tongue at the air.
That was pretty funny. And Steven throwing the marshmallows at her. And then... Because, solution to everything, marshmallow. But also just, he has that whole lovely speech about what it's like to be a corrupted gem. The boy has so much sympathy. He's such a... just god-level cinnamon roll. Honest to God.
He has so much. He should make a sympathy orchestra.
He should. I mean, he did befriend Centipedal on, like, 2 different levels of corruption.
Yes.
So, he's just... Oh, the boy is so pure. He loves everybody so much.
Except Kevin. Fuck that guy. Imagine he just dies and Steven just be like, eh. That would
big laugh.
Be a terrible thing to do, but that would actually make me laugh.
So we have this strong moment of feels, and then the thing comes back and Peridot gets trampled, and they leave holes in the ground shaped like themselves. So, we're back to Roadrunner.
Yes. And that's how Peridot won, by falling.
Yep.
Peridot basically just wins by having the most HP.
Basically. Oh my god, she's got the HP of a Snorlax, I swear to god.
Yes. Or like Blissey.
And then, yeah, turns out the gems were watching the whole time. Garnet has just been abusing her future vision for comedy purposes.
You know, I just thought about this. Steven and Peridot were hurt by this monster for an entire day, and they did nothing.
The rest of the crystal gems were just like sitting behind a rock with some popcorn. Garnet's like, Steven will be fine. But Peridot, it's funny.
As if we're all trying, like, maybe we should help. It's still funny.
Well, we'll start helping when it stops being funny.
When will that be?
It'll take longer to stop
3
being
more
funny
days.
than it takes to catch the gem.
So when they did that ending, when they specifically said, "Where did that bubble go?" and she was like, "Home," I was like, oh no. I thought it would somehow end up on Homeworld.
Thank goodness it didn't. Like, oh, that would have gotten weird.
That would have been interesting.
I mean, I was half expecting, like, is this going to be a dramatic plot twist, or, oh no, it's just cute. Oh, it's just adorable that when it says home, it goes back to the barn, where Lapis is still watching their TV show that they love and like to make gay. Peridot is so relatable in that aspect.
She certainly is.
So, you know, that's massively bringing the tension level down from the end of Season 3. Let's just start off with a literal Looney Tunes episode.
Of course, who wouldn't?
That is how to do a good homage, though.
Yes.
That is a perfect example of how to do a homage.
Yes. Unlike the time they named an episode after Kiki's delivery service and made no reference to Kiki delivery service.
That was so weird! All they had was a girl named Kiki delivering stuff. She didn't even have a cat.
It's like they had to make the title. I think they made that episode entirely for that title.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird.